Hello everybody, and welcome to part 19 of my Inca El Dorado series. I do have some information pertaining to the pikeman upgrade path. From what I can tell, once upon a time they used to upgrade into riflemen, and then they changed it to upgrading to lancers. However, if you are a pikeman and you pick up an ancient ruin that gives an upgrade, it does upgrade to riflemen. So that's probably where I saw on the infographic. Alright, so there's Eiffel Tower. Nice. Our tourism goes up quite a bit. I don't know how important that is, but it was part of the deal. So now as far as our policy, I'm very inclined to just choose this so that we're on deck to finish the rationalism tree like on our own terms. So let's take a look at what's over here just to get an idea. Obviously we can't get to the third tier until we've gotten a second tier. A second level 2 might be a clearer way to say that. And then we can get a 3. Yeah, so right there. And the only one on level 3 I think that's of any interest is the ability to buy spaceship parts with gold. And we're not there yet. So new deal seems pretty nice. We've got four academies in our capital. Let's see here, what can we do there? 3. We grow in 3, is that what it's saying? Yes. So there. We're just kicking into the World's Fair, so we don't need our production to be super crazy. We're at 27%, 593. We need to be 1401, I think, to guarantee, and in 2 turns we'll finish this. So 2 turns of all 4 cities banging it out. That's what we're looking at there. Okay. So yeah, that's that. On the first tier, the only other one that would do anything really is creative expression, and that's probably not even worth referencing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 works. That's nothing. So really it comes down to getting the extra science now, or getting the extra gold now. I think the science is more important. However, this basically makes it to where we can finish rationalism at our leisure. And I closed out of there a bit too quick. It says next policy 11. We will be done with replaceable parts in 8. And it'll be okay that we... oh wait, no, I already covered this because of the... Never mind. 1 turn after replaceable parts, assuming we time it right. If we buy the engineer 1 turn before replaceable parts finishes, we can have Statue of Liberty completed 1 turn after replacement parts finishes, which is a free social policy which gets us plastics immediately as a result of the free tech from the rationalism finisher. Hopefully that is very clear, because I kind of stumbled into it, but... Maria and Elizabeth have declared war on Suleiman, and Poland has attacked America. So the only people not at war right now are Sweden and the Mayans. Okay, so we have these hills here, and it's going to be 3 turns until maybe we get this jungle tile. Yeah. So what we can do is we can just come up here and start working on these farms. It might come down to just buying jungle tiles. We're kind of at a point where we're done with our workers for the most part. He can come down here, chop here. If we do have extra workers, what we can do is come over here and start building roads in these cultural borders. And then after that, maybe start building roads to there, if we plan on going to war eventually. If we do go to, if Poland does take this over, clearly they're starting, and we do go to war, then the circling of our units isn't going to be as important. I mean, the Mayan prophet is still buzzing around. That's so annoying. But at least with the Poland one, we would be able to seize it. We do got to keep in mind that we have a declaration of friendship with them for another 20 turns, so it's not anytime soon. More gold. And looks like all we got is Elizabeth to sell it to. So let's just do that.
Go on.
Alright, so she's going to war alongside my friend the Portuguese. Maybe that means we become friends, I don't know. She looks, based on the map, she looks like she's making a bit of a butt of herself, but I can't be sure of that. Astronomy stolen. Killed an American spy. Alright. Machu grows. Here we go. Yeah. Once we get that factory up, both of these guys can be slotted in. So yeah, when that when the cargo ship stops feeding Machu, we'll send it up to, I think it was Melbourne, for the quest. Keep them. That'll work. Alright. T1 has grown. So maybe we use this opportunity to buy one of the jungle tiles. Well, no, because if we bought one, we'd need to buy both. Alright, so what is this? This is Flatlands, which is nice because that means we know for sure that the Poznan governor is going to be picking up this tile next, which means these are not contested just yet. And I would like to think that if we get this one, the others would come naturally anyway. So let's hold off on that, because it's a double-edged sword, right? If we bought those right now, we'd have to move off protection. It would take forever to develop them. Maybe one at a time would be better. You come down here and chop that up. That's about all that you can do. There's this here. We're only 2 turns to growth, so there's really no way to test if that helps at all. Once we grow, we can check again. We're just dumping hammers into this right now, so we don't need to be super productive. Up to 977, and we pass our turn, so we can check in again. I'll just say I forgive you. We're going to totally be his hero after Poland takes him out. Alright, people with the... What? That says us by, like, leaps and bounds. So, does that mean that this... I mean, when I look at this graph, I'm not seeing, like, 6,000 and 4,000, right? That doesn't look like it's representative. And that's the only thing I don't like about this mod, is that it doesn't tell you the actual numbers alongside, and it's just showing you relative to other people. So, it's clear if this is 6,000, this is 4,000. Well, no, that wouldn't make sense, because 4, then this would be 2,000, this would be 1,000, this would be 0, and that simply can't be. So, I'm guessing this is measuring something different than what that pointiest sticks was. But it's still nice to know we're really, really far ahead. Okay, World's Fair update, 44%. Well, that's just too bad, because... Actually, this works out perfectly, because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is the turn, we get coal. So there's coal. So what we're going to do is just dump this, hard build a factory. That's only 4 turns in the capital. Good to know. Again, we're doing the coastal cities for the purpose of specialist slots. T1 not only has more tiles to work on the ground because it's not a coastal city, but also it's the only city that has a windmill. So not only does it have more land to work, but it also has more specialist slots. And we will be getting more coal eventually, at which point we can put a factory in T1 as well and also upgrade our boats. But for now, we're going to hard build them. So we're looking at 6 turns here and 6 turns here. And this is okay because the gap between the capital and these could end up being, you know, the rest of the World's Fair, but we're only really striving for 1401. And we could stop short like right now and probably still win it, because the rest of, you know, the remainder would be divvied up such that 1401 is just the absolute minimum to guarantee first. Okay, so gold to Pakal ended, and he's willing to lump sum, so we can just do this. Oh, whoops, I didn't, my headset's not plugged in. There we go. I don't know if you guys hear the speakers talking when it's not plugged in like that. So, Anteater is in awe. Fine, that's excess happiness. We didn't need it. We've been in a perpetual golden age forever, it seems. Not complaining. Replaceable parts in 5. Alright. So the factories are up. And it's going to take 5 turns. And since we know we're going to have the Statue of Liberty finished a turn after, literally on 6 turns from now is when we would want to start building research labs. So this is perfect timing, really. Yeah. So anyways, throw some hammers there. Done. Right. Okay, and I do believe after plastics we'll be heading for railroads. So these workers can't get too comfy just yet, because we're talking about 5 turns here, and then right now 8, 12, 17. Obviously that would be expedited because research lab's going up. But as for our gold, we're going to want to upgrade to this, and then a turn later, you know, upgrade a bunch into this, because this is the one that can include our freedom fighters as well. 70 combat strength. Wow. Wow, Poland will not stand a chance. Washington's strength is 35, so we'd have double that in a single melee unit. Okie dokie. So those tiles are pretty useless. So that's not growing into anything useful. We already know this city's not, is just picking up water tiles. So sad. There too. So yeah, we really hope for these jungle tiles. So I guess what we could do is just start having all workers head over there, and maybe just plan on going a mass buy. We kind of have the time, because once we're done building the World's Fair here, the drop in production as we shift people to food and science only wouldn't actually be that bad. So, and we can also have one guy chop this forest down to expedite our acquisition of that tile, and that's along the river, so it would have an extra hammer right away because of the hydro plant. Borders of T1 and grown, and they did encompass that guy, and I don't know if we just grew or what, but we definitely want to do that. So yeah, let's move this guy over here, and this is finished this turn, so we'll just knock it out like that. Cusco has grown, and we just picked this up. So let's see, 5 and 3, 5 and 3. So let's go ahead and work the specialist slot. No, max growth. Max growth. And then we can fill in the specialist slot, and then we can go back to floating heavy production. Or not. This guy's about ready to chop down and do some stuff. We don't need this castle to be, or this city to be, like, super productive right now. Maybe once the factory's done, we can knock out the Grand Temple. Okay, we have over 1,000 faith as of last turn, so when this says 1, we'll go ahead and purchase a great engineer. In fact, isn't there city-states looking for an engineer? 1, 2, 3. Very nice. And Sidon we would be allied with right now. They have cotton. We already have cotton. Okay. I'm just thinking maybe we buy it now for the city-state support. We'll get a couple more food in the capital. We'll get some extra faith. Yeah, the extra faith is the selling point for me. So this way we ensure we're not going to forget them. I think we would pay a maintenance on them in the meantime, like a gold or something per turn, but whatever. Next one will be 1,500. That'll probably be for the Hubble or the space station or something. I don't remember exactly. Okay, yet another worker that is freed up with nothing to do on the horizon except for railroads. So I might actually just leave him here. That way when it comes time to get started on this, we're not caught with our pants down, because these 2 workers could basically be the segment from Machu to Cusco, and then the fact that everybody else is over here wouldn't be so bad, because we can work that out. Okay, we have iron to sell. 3 of them.
Muito bem.
Wow, come time to fight with Poland, there's just not going to be any competition whatsoever.
Muito bem.
That's pretty awesome. Sidon recognizes your great general. Ormus recognizes your great general. Geneva. Yep, inside on. So we can still see what they've got. We're allied with them. That'll come in handy come this point, but they are hostile, so we might just plain lose them by then. I did want to see the 2 food did not make the capital grow any faster. No real surprise there. How many food per turn are we raking in? Over 60, so yeah, you wouldn't expect to make an appreciable difference, but the moment you start not getting your maximum, then you notice. Enormous under attack. That's not of any interest to me. Portugal and Poland now friends, so they renewed that, which is very, very, very unfortunate, because Poland's about to be considered a worldwide monster, and poor Maria just got locked in for another 50 turns. That's unfortunate. Okay, we're just going to put him to sleep. He's not needed yet. We're going to put this guy to sleep. Come railroad, we'll wake him back up. The caravans are still relevant. T1, in fact. Yeah, in fact, when we do get to railroad and we build another trade route, we'll probably send it to T1 as well. That seems to make sense to me. Okay, so you're coming over here. And then you can come over here. So we don't need to buy him yet. This guy can be on his way over there, and so they're not tripping, we'll just put a turn in on that. And then cargo ship. Was this the one that was feeding Machu? It is. So now instead we will go to Melbourne, which appears to be the most gold we could get right now, at least from this city. So that works. Unfortunately, the religious pressure is negligible, so that's not anything to write home about. Oh, you know what? I meant to check in on the World's Fair. Let's do that now. 13.7, yeah, close enough. Great scientist has been born. Yet another one. No kidding. Whew. Bring him on. Alright. So we're 3 turns away from being able to build the research lab. We've passed the point of no return, so there's absolutely no reason to be working production here. I said 3 turns, so let's just say castle. That makes sense. Yeah, because we will be getting Neuschwanstein, or at least trying. So, yeah, these cities could bang out a castle real quick. Well, actually, am I thinking of it wrong? Neuschwanstein doesn't give a castle, does it? No, that's Alhambra or something. Or is there a couple different ones? I don't actually know. Is this one a Himeji Castle? Free Castle. Alhambra does as well, though, right? It's not just that one. Where's Alhambra? Free Castle. Okay, so it's not just one. I don't know what these guys do. Oh, Frigate General, huh? Okay. Alright, so another scientist. Because we're not past plastics yet, I think we're still planting academies. But yes, after that we will probably start bulbing. Once all the research labs are built and staffed for 8 turns, then it's time to bulb, I'm pretty sure is the way we should play it. And now it doesn't even matter if we drop the academy on a river tile. I don't think. I mean, plains, we don't need to go fishing. I was doing that with my other ones. I don't think we need to. So there's that. We're already working that tile, so there's that. Horses are not wanted by anybody. Trade route established for Melbourne. Good deal. And Buenos Aires teachers for science. Nobody can touch us in that department. Okay, so we're building these trading posts everywhere. Move him here. You get started there. You come over here so that you can hop over here, and we'll all just knock them all out. Sounds good to me. That will put them behind on the railroad thing, but whatever. We've got 3 other workers, and this guy might be able to get started. It'll be fine. Oh, we did have somebody that wanted horses. I didn't notice until I hit pass, so missed out on that. I was specifically looking. Yes, I realized this part of the... And America lost its capital. Okay. So now we should be seeing denouncements left and right, and rightly so. We can't do it yet, because that does count as a backstab. We have to wait at least 14 turns, which is real unfortunate, Because right now people are denouncing them and they see that we're friends. And that is going to count against us to whatever extent. Okay, you can see we have 2 floaters, and the factory is about to come online, so I think that is a 0 of 2 engineer, yep. So, yeah, they get slotted in right away, so that's excellent. T1 grows. This is the turn we're buying the tiles. So, yeah, we'll put one of them there, and then we gotta drop somebody else. Might as well be off the gold tile. That seems to be our worst tile. So, yeah, we'll do that. There we go. So our production's nerfed ever so slightly. But it looks like the castle will be up on time. Ormus no longer needs your help. I don't know what they need. Melbourne longs for culture. We got you, buddy. We got you. Sweden denounces Poland. That's good, because they actually border them. Yep, everything going to Washington has ended. You will be avenged. I just don't know when. I would feel better about it if that Mayan prophet would start buzzing around. Like, at what point does it say, let's go someplace we can actually be effective? What I can do...
Very well.
Never mind, it's not worth it. Somebody made a good point on when I first asked about going to war for the religious spread. They said something like, if when you make peace, they're just going to keep doing it, and that's true. So it is a little bit different with Grand Temple in 2. That is perfect timing. It is a little bit different with prophets because they are potent enough to like actually do some damage to the cities, but we don't know how many charges that prophet has. And as you can see, we have a big old stack of Taoists here, and as long as it stays above 15, we get maximum benefit. So we could actually abide a little bit of damage, if you want to call it damage. Okay, we'll finish up that hill, and that's pretty much it. It's railroads, and then we're done. For now. We still have oil and all that good stuff, so... Every time I say I'm done with workers, there's always something else I could be doing. You know, roads inside of Washington's borders is one example of that. Okay, so that looks like everything's under control. Pass it along. We do already have our great engineer. I just wanted to point that out. Oh, he wants Suleiman too. Kick a man while he's down. Yeah, he's got a lot of units buzzing around, getting in our borders. Alright, replaceable parts. This means a number of different things. First of all, riflemen become infantry. Or Great War Infantry. It never made any sense to me that the more complex name comes before the plain name. You'd think the complex name would indicate, you know, some sort of upgrade. We'll do that. You know what? I shouldn't have said that. I should have said, oh, screw you. And, because that's something we could do now. The Maya have denounced Poland. England has denounced Poland. Ottomans have denounced Poland. Okay. With seeing this, I'm half tempted to pay them to go to war with Sweden. But we might not have to. I mean, our military is fantastic, so I'm not even all that worried. Okay, so... we are finished with replaceable parts. Unfortunately, the Grand Temple is going to have to wait because we have Statue of Liberty here, which is going to increase production in every city. We'll go ahead and rush that so it comes out next turn. We'll get our policy next turn, which is the rationalism finisher, which means we'll get this for free next turn, which means there's no point to put any research into it now. We'll start up this path. And just so I'm clear, what is this? Cavalry. Okay, so our mounted units get stronger. Alright, and once we get this next turn, all of our, that's 9 times, I think it said 120, so that's 1080, which we got, and then some. Okay. All construction projects end next turn. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Look at all these scouts. Alright, Poland wants a piece of us, I'm convinced. This is usually what you see before they declare war. Obviously, they would be silly to do so, but I'd rather just not deal with that right now, so I'm going to go ahead and give them a little money.
Pozdrawiam cię. Zamieniam się w słuch. Jak ci się podoba moja
What if I say
oferta?
just the 5 per turn? Oh, it worked. Okay. 5 gold per turn. That's so minuscule at this point. You know, I wonder if it had something to do with the buying of the tiles. Maybe he took offense to that. I don't know. Would that tell us here? No, because we're friendly. He's a backstabber anyways. Yeah, but we don't even need him to backstab. The fact that he wiped somebody out, everybody hates him already, will come in and... sorry, the association came before he went all monster, I swear.
Naciesz się z
Let's start antagonizing him. Should have done that with the spying incident. Oh wait, that was the spying incident thing. Yay! Statue of Liberty. So, +1 production from every specialist. So those specialists now are +1 food technically, +1 hammer, and +2 science. So yeah, specialists good. Okay, we've got a slot apparently, so we're just going to do that. And now we can just go through our cities and say research lab, or not. No, we gotta do this first. Okay, so this. There we go. There we go. Free tech. There we go. Plastics. There we go. Okay, so now research lab in 3, research lab in 8, research lab in 6, and research lab in 6. While we're here, let's go ahead and slot those guys into the factory. And we're just going to re-examine specialists in general. The way this city's working, I'm okay with just working the land. I mean, obviously in 3, when we get the research lab, we'll put this guy in there. But then this next guy can work this, and then we'll get into our engineer slots. Here, we're doing everything that we can. So again, the specialist slots are more about our coastal cities just because they're overgrown. And that's kind of the point. Like, this guy will go straight into the research lab. This grows in 11. Does that mean a boat stopped? Because that seems long. It does mean a boat stopped. Okay, we will continue that. Alright, so it's not 11. It's 6. Right in time for the lab that will house him. And then, yeah, after that we can just start stacking up all these heavy production tiles and figure out something to do with all them hammers. Neuschwanstein, for example. Machu we just addressed. Cusco we had kind of addressed. We addressed that. Iron. Nobody wants it. Now ally of Florence. Oh, did we rig elections? Nice. Okay. 39. So we could buy our way into that if we really wanted to. Speaking of buying, we just jumped up a couple of techs this turn. So I think I already addressed the war infantry guys, did I not? I did not. Okay, so we're not going to be able to double upgrade them this turn. Hope that goes without saying, because the upgrade process consumes all your movement points. But all of our Foreign Legion now are outdated. They have 42 combat strength and they're outdated. Bam! 70. Whew! So maybe I was a little premature paying him to go to war with Sweden. We could have totally taken a bum rush. Anyways, we're going to keep doing these guys like this. Is that everybody? No, there's one left. Where would he be? There he is. Okay. Alrighty. It's nice that we have this little summary screen here. It helps. Okay, so these guys are all doing their thing. That worker's going to be the guy that helps do railroads from Cusco to Machu. That's from Machu to Cusco. So this worker should be from Cusco to, the others. Because I don't see any other tile that actually would be bothered with developing. Not until we get this gold into our borders. And it doesn't look like the governor's considering it. So yeah, I'm going to go move him down here and put him to sleep. Okay, and then hopefully this guy's done around that time or whatever. We can pull the guy that started last, it doesn't matter. Because all these started about the same turn, so really once one's finished, the other guy can that guy can finish one of the others or something. Yeah, I'm not saying it very well, but I hope you get the idea. Oops, out of declaration of friendship, huh? Melbourne's been mine forever, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Copper and wine have returned. Florence longs for culture. We'll do it. Yes. What is the guys, though? Support your war effort by gifting units. We're not at war. I don't know what you're talking about. Did Poland have them for like a second or something? Is that, or Sweden? Is that why? That might be it. Florence request. Yeah, whatever. Oh, it's only 2. Okay, with Portugal. So we will renew that.
Who's dias?
Okay. Public declaration. Oh, I don't care about those. Okay, so... Oh. Oh, okay. I confused myself. Alright. I thought the rifleman had just been upgraded that turn, but no. Okay, so we got lots of Colonel Clinks running around. Caravan back to the capital. Yes, yes. That appears to be everything. So we do have the wine, and we do have the copper. Wine, we can get a lump sum here. Propose. And then copper, we can get a little bit of lump sum here. So like the 7 we would get from anybody else plus 10. Might as well. It's plus 10. What?
Yeah.
8. Pfft, you cheapskate. Whatever. It don't matter. Alright, so as far as money goes, we're actually just doing fine. We'll upgrade 2 of those at our leisure. When we get coal, we can upgrade a couple of those. The point I'm getting at is we now have money, and we're in a position where that money is freed up to go back to city-states, I think. So let us ponder that. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and make that this part's cliffhanger. Which city-state, we can all see them here, which city-state should I buy next and why? I think, I understand a lot of people go all in on the culture ones, but I think we're past the point of that being useful. So my first thought is get the one and only religious one on our side, and then maybe the food ones, because really that's all that matters. Now, culture, we're well past what we need to be, so... Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me on this series. We passed a couple of really good pivoting points here. Research labs are going up. Like, this is a total blowout at this point. But we're going to keep at it. So thank you for joining me. Leave your comments below if you have any thoughts about our poll or anything else that's going on here. And I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.